cough when you eat a banana? Ever get caught eating baker's chocolate? We cover those and top events and news stories on the next edition of MyDrive. E, what's up? It's another MyDrive. Covering events and top news. How are you?
What's up? It's going to be warm this weekend. I sat in the sun last weekend.
Goodness. I heard, is it going to be like 80 or something? What's the...
Yeah, it's like, I almost said late 70s. How do you say that? Like high
over.
70s. There it is.
So what is it? So looking at what is our weather coming up for this weekend here?
A couple nights of freezing temps, and then I'm that's it. Now it's summer.
Friday,
it's summer.
64 high. Saturday, 68. Sunday, 74, and Monday, 75. And it's saying Tuesday, 77.
Summer.
So, summer. My dogs will fall over because they still have their winter coats
Winter's
on.
gone. Oh, mine blew her coat.
So what's going on?
Well, we were at the Wrangler game on Saturday. That was super fun. If you guys have not been to a Wrangler game, it's crazy to me because, I'm a football girl. So being able to see people like put their hands like in the field and touch a football was nuts to me. And we actually got a
touch a football player, Elicia.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay. That's a bummer. It's the only reason I go. But no, they're actually like, we got a fan interference call because they were like jumping, like moving through the barricade to like touch the field.
So the fans are getting into it. They're fun games. It's like hockey meets football. The pace is like hockey, right? The field is obviously smaller.
Smaller, yeah. It's 50 yards, so it's half, right?
It's half.
I was thinking it's 50 yards, and then it's very fast paced. Like you blink, and it's like 2 touchdowns already. And I understand football really well. I have a hard time figuring out.
There's a couple different rules. Like
they
can score a field goal on kickoff, or there's a couple different rules that I caught in the game. I went to the opening game, which was awesome.
Oh yeah. So, but you didn't get to see Stormy Lee perform halftime.
No, I did not see the dancing sequin jumpsuits.
No. Well, I was wearing that, but I wasn't dancing. But girls looked great. I shouldn't say girls. The teams looked great.
So the Wranglers won.
Yep, Wranglers won
6-0.
No, it was like 100 or something.
Excuse me.
I don't know. Went into overtime, and it was. I don't even know what the score was because I was there.
I'm confused. So they won, right?
They won. Yep.
Okay, that's all I need to know. By a score of 6, it says the Wranglers found themselves in the front of the Nighthawks right away by a score of 6-0. Vegas responded with their touchdown of their own, taking a 7-6 lead over Northern Arizona. Who won?
We did. Went to overtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
48-42. Okay, the final. I get it. So that's not the score right on the right up here. Cool.
Yeah. So we won. Actually, the fans won. They got good football, good beer. It was great. Good atmosphere. Good crowds. Come on out.
So I understand our April Fool's article went pretty well. I think it was a number 3 for those 2 days.
Yeah. So I was reading it to my daughter, and she's like, Mom, those are your billboards that you sell. Like, what's going on? And so I had her going for a few minutes. So that was pretty awesome.
So our graphics guy made a ADOT, Arizona Department of Drivers graphic, not ADOT. Because Vince Mosier sold his agency, Farmers, to Stephen Carbajal, great guy.
Had last week on.
Steven's got hair. Vince doesn't,
nice
nor
hair.
do I.
Yep.
So we can profile. And we basically made a spoof April Fool's that ADOT asked Vince to take his ad down off the billboard to decrease accidents due to glare. Apparently,
it was funny.
Went over very well.
It was super funny.
So welcome Stephen Carbajal to Prescott Valley and his farmers agency.
It looks good up on the billboards.
It looks good up on the billboards. It's got hair. Less glare, more hair.
Less glare.
What else we got going on?
What do we got? That karaoke. Are you going to go? You going to go karaoke?
I do not need to go to karaoke.
Well, you get to go like multiple places. So this is the karaoke crawl with Matt and Allie, and great food, drink, service. And
They're quite the busy karaoke couple.
Yeah, and they go from just place to place and sing. I would have to go place to place because they would kick me out every time I'd pick up the microphone, and then they would like
Cooper's Pub, Prescott.
Yeah, and then there's
Matt and Allie's karaoke, right?
Yeah. So
Cool.
super fun.
6 to 9 Friday.
6 to 9 Friday. Oh, this isn't the crawl. That already happened, huh? This is just
The crawl
another.
already happened, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I think
Huh?
it did.
Oh, so this is another more karaoke?
I think our associate producer,
She's looking at me going,
whatever
get together.
her title is really into karaoke. And
I think this is her thing.
Secret.
I think this is what she does on the weekends.
She's quite quiet, but I think she's got a raging party animal in her somewhere.
Turn on some top.
After 11, live music happy hour in Prescott Valley. What's going on there, E?
They are doing their, they've got the artisan bread that we love, but their new menu is very, very good. But from 5 to 7 this Friday, they've got happy hour, and the weather will be nice. So sit out on that patio.
Very nice.
Great.
Speaking of outdoor stuff and events for the family and kids, this weekend, Saturday, Heritage Park Zoo has Easter extravaganza. Enjoy special Easter treats for the animals, fun photo spots, and prizes for egg spurts who compete the zoo-wide egg hunt, New Kiwanis egg hunt for children 5 and under. That's this Saturday, 10 to 4 p.m. at the Heritage Park Zoo.
That'll be fun.
Prescott.
We had a good turnout at Town of Prescott Valley extravaganza. Tons of kids. You'd have loved it. There was just candy in their mouths everywhere.
Did people find the golden tickets?
Yeah, they found the golden ticket. A couple of those found them. And then we've got our winner that we will be calling today that entered on signalsaz.com. So.
And is that by Orinoco
Chocolate?
Orinoco Chocolates?
You know what's cool about them is they have the beans right there, the cocoa beans. And they are responsibly, what's the word called? Like
responsibly
sustained,
chocolatiers.
Yeah, so they're like actual paid farmers, all that stuff. It's not like, crazy labor. But and they make it right there. So some lucky winners.
Where are they located?
In the Prescott Gateway Mall, which
Orinoco Chocolate.
Orinoco
I have to
Chocolate.
go because I'm a huge chocolate fan.
Yeah.
You want to hear a chocolate story?
I do.
So I was 6 years old.
Okay.
In our very first house, and we had this big pantry with big doors. But remember, this is probably 1970. So it's just, like plywood doors with
the big
handles.
fork on one and big spoon on the other.
And so I had to crawl up to this one shelf that had baker's chocolate. And what do you know about baker's chocolate?
It is not sweet.
It is not sweet, but being a 6-year-old boy, I crawl up, I get it, and it's, I'd say 1 a.m. in the morning. And I take a big scoop of the stuff because it says Hershey's baking chocolate.
Oh, it's your cocoa
and I don't
powder.
know. I think it's, this is like powdered chocolate. This is like Quick.
Yeah.
Did you ever drink Quick? Mm-hmm. Quick was my favorite because we used to eat Quick, the powder, right out of the can.
Oh, my God.
So I'm thinking it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I take a big scoop of it, and it's so bitter, and I'm figuring out what to do with it because it's like dried out my mouth. And this is when my dad enters.
Oh, no.
And the lights are off. And, it's Dad, right? So he's like, "What are you doing?"
You're foaming at the mouth.
I can't talk. And he made me swallow it.
You could have been TikTok famous had you done that nowadays.
That would have been a classic TikTok moment. I've seen those challenges with the cinnamon, which doesn't look very safe, actually. But that's a true story about. That's how I learned about baking chocolate. That is not the good chocolate.
No.
If 36-year-olds out there streaming podcast, stay away from it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Get yourself some Quick. Or do you remember carnation milk?
Was
in
it
the
pink?
foil packet? It was like, I believe it was
powdered
marketed
milk?
with like Apollo missions, like what they drank in space. But it was a powdered in a foil packet. Those were relatively new. You just pull them open. It's kind of normal now. And that was carnation milk. And you can get chocolate, vanilla. You never had that?
Probably.
Who remembers that?
My kids would. I had one child who told me that they were allergic to milk unless it had the chocolate in it. So if you put chocolate in it, they weren't allergic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I see.
Sneaky trickies.
It's very tricky. Speaking of eating stuff, so I had a strange Google search. I always cough when I eat a ripe banana. Have you ever had that?
No. So you think it's something with
here. I've some science for us today.
Okay, I have to think when it's too ripe, it gets kind of mushy and kind of
mushy. But I've noticed that I always cough when I eat a ripe banana, and it's one of two things. One is there's this. It's in this group of foods that cause allergies, or I know I'm allergic because I have hay fever. So people who have hay fever have this condition, and it kind of makes you cough. But also, they can give off possibly off gases. It's like from the sugars. It's like kind of like a methanol, but not methanol. It's something like that I was reading. So it could be that. So if you cough when you eat bananas,
you're allergic to.
That is a very oddball Google search that I actually did, and I found two answers to that question.
So when you're normal if you start typing in a Google search and it finishes your question. Did it finish your question, or did you have to?
Like I wasn't totally
You're
insane.
okay.
And there were two very specific conversations, one on Quora and one just on results for Google. And one was having to do with allergies. The other one was a little more scientific, having to do with the alcohols that are produced as the banana is basically getting old. But it doesn't happen with green bananas, which are actually very bitter.
Yeah, like your cocoa powder.
Like my cocoa powder. So don't dip green bananas in Hershey's baking chocolate. That's all I got in terms of science and events and stories.
I feel super smart. We do have some podcast network updates. Lisa Not So Live. It's garden season. Ken and Lisa chat about gardening and Prescott, of course. But so they also grow so much more in conversation. Get it? They grow so much more.
I see what you did there. Yeah. Grow Pro.
And then did you know Lisa talked to the plants and worked at Waters Garden Center? I did not know that. So is that where she got her start?
Well, what are you missing here, Miss Elicia? Where can you find all these podcasts?
I go to my favorite podcast network, Cast 11. That's where I go.
Cast11.com.
Whoop.
So check out that. All the creatives over Talking Glass Media have created an amazing network. 9 shows, soon to be 10. The 10th one, I think, being Topo Talk. But yeah, Lisa, Not So Live, Living a Good Life with Brad Fain, and Talking Central Arizona Sports with our prodigal sports son, Torrance T.D. Dunham.
Can I tell you a funny story about living a good life? So Brad was in here and getting ready to record, and Grant comes in from Founding Fathers. Cazada. And I'm sitting at the table. My daughter stopped by and she goes, "Is that Grant from Founding Fathers?" And I said, "Yes." And she totally fangirled. She's like,
he's a stalker.
Yeah.
He's a Grant stalker.
So, and I was like, "Hey, Grant, this is my daughter, Allie. She loves Founding Fathers." She's like, your place is so great. Like, it was so funny to watch her. Like I said, you've got the audience of 21-year-olds. So he's spanned the gamut.
A lineup of beers. The place gets better and better every year.
Yep.
That's all I got.
That's it, man.
Did we miss it? Oh, Idealias of the week.
Oh.
Savings deals.
Go buy a mattress, get a mattress protector. You don't want to invest all that money and not protect it.
Yavapai mattress, free mattress protector with any bed purchase, just in case you're eating powdered chocolate or chocolate milk or anything in bed.
Yes, definitely.
Melts in your mouth, not in your bed.
I think we should copyright that.
Okay. So. That's all I got. MyDrive on cast11.com podcast network. Watch out for those roundabouts. See ya.
See ya.